Guys, welcome to the Voices of Brooklyn. Before we start, I want to shout out Dario's Pizza for bringing us this food right here. I don't really know what this is. I'm gaining a lot of fucking weight over here from all these businesses sending us shit. We've been talking a lot of shit about Long Island recently, but their pizza's top notch. I'm going to try to do my best to show it in camera. The prosciutto, the little 3-sauce, the regular, their donuts, their sandwiches. I appreciate you guys. Everybody go check out Dario's Pizzeria in West Hempstead, Long Island. And to get this episode started, guys, we got a guy who I'm a huge fan of, one of the best comedians in New York right now. We got our man, Pork Chop, in the building.
Oh, shit, you talking about me? There's another comedian here.
What's up, baby?
What's happening? How's everybody doing?
Yeah,
Good, man.
Bad.
Nice.
Pouring all over.
Bunch of fucking Italians in here. I like it.
Yeah, I'm half. I just use a lot of hair gel. So, I try to look the part.
I just figured the tattoo on the neck, I'm like, he's got to be Italian.
Do you think I have Newports and a pocket knife on me right now?
I figured you look more of like a Marlboro guy, and like a switchblade.
Yeah, I have both of those things. That's
I mean,
he's got the
that's a very
switchblade
Brooklyn thing,
combs his
though.
hair.
A knife. Like in Queens, when we get dressed to go out, it's like, oh, man, this shirt looks good. I'm going to pick up some broads, right?
Yeah.
In Brooklyn, like, yo, does this knife match my outfit?
bring out the red blade.
It's like a Brooklyn
You
thing all
look very
day.
John Travolta Saturday Night Fever right now. You
Thank
might have to
you.
double
Yeah,
up
you
on
are.
a slice down 86th Street or something. Right?
I'm going to eat it live.
double, one on top of each other. You know what I'm
I got to
saying?
get a regular
You know what
from
I'm saying?
Dario's
He
Pizza.
looks like
Shout
he's
out.
got one of those switchblades that has like a comb in it, right? Where he just flips it open and he just slicks his hair.
On one
back.
end it's a knife, the other end's a comb.
So what we do at Pork Chop is I just ask about 20 topics, and then we just go fucking ballistic on each other. I know John's been waiting for number 12.
Nice.
That's where you have it? You have it at 12?
I have it
My
at 12,
birthday's
so I'm
on
going to give you
12.
time to...
Let's get in there.
Yeah, just calm your nerves for now, and then when we
I'm
get to
good,
12...
I'm breathing.
All
I'm
right.
breathing.
You were almost about to get asked the same question 3 times.
Yeah, he checked me real quick.
Get the
on the
papers.
list.
Get the papers.
He sends me the list. I'm looking at the list. I say, how many times you going to ask him his name?
You got to see how many texts I send these fucking guys throughout
Both
the
of
day.
us. Both of us.
I go ballistic. All right, first one is how did you get the nickname Pork Chop?
All right, so when I was 7 years old, right, my family used to throw these big 4th of July parties. So one day, fight breaks out, brawl, cousins, uncles, this, that. I'm a little kid. I felt like I needed to do something. I just didn't know what to do. So I picked up a butcher knife and I go, I'll cut you into pork chops. And I've been pork chops ever since.
So a fun fact, bro, if you chat GBT why your nickname is Pork Chop,
Oh, God.
they say it's because you keep a pork chop in your jacket while you do comedy on stage.
I mean, I've been known to have a tomahawk from time to time. I'm not going to lie, but I feel like I would keep a pork chop in my pants, not inside my jacket. It would just marinate better that way,
I just made this video the other day saying about people's nicknames. You knew back in the day when somebody said their nickname, it told you everything about that person.
Did we get into the last episode why he calls everybody Larry?
No, why do you call everybody Larry, Pat?
Because I wasn't here for that.
So this started back in the day too, when we used to be on the cell phones, and anytime you used to talk about something that you weren't supposed to be talking about on the phone, people would say, "Oh, don't talk on the phone." So don't say it. So I just started calling everybody Larry. Like when you be in a place and you go to say something, they'd be like the place was bugged.
Yeah.
So I used to call everybody Larry, and I say if they come, they're gonna look for Larry, and that's it. If they're on the phone, they're gonna look for Larry's, and that's it. We're all. It
smart.
just stuck. I
I
just
feel like
started
that was
calling
a
everybody Larry.
Bensonhurst thing. Because I remember, like, in Bensonhurst, they'd be like, Larry! Like, out of nowhere. Like,
I just started calling everybody Larry on the phone, in the place. Larry.
I love that. That's a New York thing right there. That's an Italian thing right there.
If you're in the
Just like-
courtroom and somebody's about to point, it wasn't me. You heard it was Larry on the phone. It was not me. They were looking for Larry.
What if they get everybody's actual real name and there's one Larry and he gets pinched?
And we used to say that too. My friends used to say, somebody's going to walk up one day and their name is going to be Larry, and you're going to get them all jammed
He's
up.
going to have to take one for the
He's
team.
he's going to take a lot for the team. He's going to take about 30 charges for the team.
But everybody, like Larry's could be specific to what people do. Like, yeah, comedy Larry. If you make pizza,
Yeah, well, you started that. I was calling everybody.
Yeah, I'm
Larry. He
gonna
was
be.
like, "That's it." The
You
other
went
day, he
even
started
further.
getting, this
Yeah,
guy
well,
serves pizza. That's Pizza Larry. This that.
yeah, I feel like Italians always do, like, a food nickname. Mikey Meatballs, Louis Linguini. But then if
Larry
there's...
Cutlets.
Tony
because
Cannoli,
usually
pork
there's
chop.
more of one person with that name.
That was good.
How'd you get into comedy?
I don't know, it's just being a dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being funny.
Did somebody
was-
say to you should be a comedian?
Yeah, I mean, my whole life. But really what got me into it is during the pandemic. I was on this app Clubhouse, and I met a whole bunch of comedians that I was going to these roast rooms and everything like that. And they all thought I was a comedian. I'm like, nah, I don't do comedy. I'm just, funny. Well, I grew up like this. And they were like, yo, you need to start doing comedy. And then it just went, it was it. Right after the pandemic ended, I got booked on my first, live show. And then
On stage.
What was your first show?
it was in New Jersey, Cliffside, New Jersey. We did a show. It was actually an all-black show in an urban room, And actually, somebody didn't show up. So they're like, oh, we have extra time. They're like, oh, just give it a pork chops. And I'm saying, because no one didn't know, I haven't been on stage yet.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks I've been doing this 10 years. So I'm not going to turn around and be like, no, I can't do that. I've never been on stage. You want to give me now 20 minutes? It's crazy. But I just,
How long was your first? How long was the first?
20 minutes.
20 minutes? Your first time?
On stage, yeah.
Wow.
I want to know what I make jokes about, except for porn and farts. I feel like that's
I don't know. 20 minutes on stage is like an hour, bro.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, but once you get into for now, 20 minutes on stage for me feels like 3 minutes.
Oh, it's not
It
enough.
just
now.
it goes.
Are you
so
more
quick.
interactive with the guests there, or you have your skit and you kind of just stick with that?
No, I have material, but the thing is, I'm very observational, conversational. So I stare at people when I talk. So sometimes people talk back to me because they forget they're at a comedy show and just think we're having a conversation, which is cool. I like that because that's what I'm trying to portray. So and then once that happens, I'll just dive in. And I won't be like, hey, what's your name? Where do you work? Who gives a fuck? I could care less. But I'll just make up my own story about this person. I'll be like, Tim. He'll be like, Steve, close enough. Tim, this is, you know what I mean? I just go into
But that's
whatever
a talent,
I think.
though. That's stage presence right there.
100%.
That shit is very important, bro.
Were you nervous your first time going up on
Yeah,
that
fuck
stage?
yeah, of course.
What's his name? I forgot who it was. A couple of years ago, was putting on a comedy show, and he was like, "Oh, you should come on. You should do it. Do your first one. Do your first one." And I said yes, and I was gonna do it. It got canceled, but thank God it got canceled because I'll tell you right now, 2 days before, when I knew I was a day and a half away, I was shitting. I was nervous. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do. You could sit there and tell jokes in a room all day. If somebody says get on stage, you're like,
Oh,
wait
no,
a second.
way different.
It's gotta be the most
different.
awkward feeling when you say a joke in your head and you think it's funny and everyone's like, that's
Can you
That's
imagine
all
being
they
on
right?
stage and that happens?
It's the best. Listen, as a comedian, right? I'll definitely laugh. And I'm not laughing because the comedian's bombing. I'm laughing because, he thought everyone's going to laugh at this.
And nobody did.
nobody's laughing, which is so funny.
That's gotta be all.
It's
I
hilarious,
can't even
right?
imagine that feeling.
Oh, my God, it's
That's
great.
like a.
And imagine
is it
it's
in yet?
one of your best jokes. You're like, I'm gonna kill it right now, and then you tell it, and not a person flinches.
Yeah, but
I would just walk off the stage.
So the thing is this, with comedy, is you have to own it, right? I actually, when I first started, I used to tell this joke that was not funny, and I knew it was never, ever, ever gonna work, right? But I did it on purpose so that once no one laughed, I'd be like, well, that was fucking retarded. And everyone lost it. I'm like, it sounded way better in my head than it did out of my mouth. And you own it. You have to own
so
your
you
shit.
got the laughs at the end
People
of the day
love
anyway.
the realness of being in that moment, right? And then you kind of get away from the fear of bombing. Who gives a fuck, if they don't laugh? The thing is, you could say something funny. Listen, I did a room full of all Jewish women, right? One day in the city at Stand Up New York. I told an R. Kelly joke. Nobody knew who R. Kelly was in the joke. I'm sitting there talking I don't see nothing wrong with a little piss on your head. You know what I'm saying? Dripping down your leg, right? They're looking at me with 13 heads, just smiling, but they didn't get it.
They had no idea.
Right? So what do you say after that? Don't worry, there's only another 25 minutes of this. They all start laughing, and then you just keep going.
Well, you got a comedian that's your favorite or that you modeled yourself after a little bit or no?
I don't know. You ever watch, what the hell was that? Making the Band with Puffy?
No.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yes.
Nah, I love all the old timers. Rodney Dangerfield, Rickles.
Rickles is
going Eddie Murphy.
Bro,
There's a
Eddie
new
Murphy.
special on Murphy.
Yeah, I gotta watch
Eddie
It's
Murphy's
phenomenal.
Raw, where he talks about Italians going to watch Rockies.
Oh,
the
my
greatest
God.
fucking bit in the history of comedy.
Hilarious.
But you ever see,
Yeah, you make
you
it by
ever
the
see
juju beats,
Richard
bro.
Pryor do the
Yeah.
bit when the Italian guys got him in the club?
100%.
And they come in, they're giving me noogies. And, oh,
so
my
funny.
God. Bro, the way he's
hilarious.
great.
funny.
He's great.
Yeah, all the greats. Even today, one of my favorite comedians today is probably Shane Gillis.
The
Very,
best.
very
I'm going
funny.
to see him in December in MSG.
Oh, he's so
Fucking
funny,
so
bro.
excited.
Right.
Did you
funny,
see
dude.
that new Netflix thing with Eddie Murphy?
No, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I wanna
hear
watch that.
so much about
It
it.
was great.
My mother told me to
it was
watch
great.
it.
I think
Yeah.
it's only one episode. It's only like an hour long or something. But
He's got
it
like
was
22
great.
kids.
Yeah.
He never
Really?
wore rubber in his
Well,
fucking life.
the things he accomplished when they thought like after Delirious and Raw and all that, like you remember he like fell off for a little bit.
Movies. He was more movies.
He's got a hit song though.
He hit
Party all the time, bro.
Party all
That's
the
the only
time. Party all the
person.
time.
I think he's the only person to have a top 5 movie, be a top 5 comedian, and a top 5 hit single.
I
He
wanna-
made that song because of a bet that
Rick James.
Rick
Yes.
James told him you could never make a song. You're a good comedy, but you can't make a hit song. And he said, "Oh, okay,
said, "All right, watch this."
Well, watch this."
Yeah, they were out partying one night. And they're like, all right, let's go to the studio. And he made the magic
What a
happen.
time to be alive, huh?
Did anybody do anything like super disrespectful to you while you were on stage?
Nah, they don't want the smoke. You know what it is? I'm very a certain way. So I fuck with the crowd constantly. So it gets to, if I was like some tall white kid named fucking Kyle, I'd be eaten up alive with my material.
Yeah, fuck
But
Kyle.
because I am who I am, I get away with a lot more. I'm almost like the retarded cousin. You know what I mean? Like you can't be so harsh because we live in a world where everybody's pussies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't say what you want, but I do anyway.
But
I don't
even
really care.
even the major comedians I've heard, like in LA, the Comedy Store, they go there, they don't announce it. They just go there and they test their jokes. And if they work there, they're like, all right, I'm gonna go do a tour in a year. Well, I know this worked there, so it'll probably
Who
work.
was that?
over there.
Seinfeld said that, right? That he
They-
used to
but-
go to like.
Yeah, I mean,
they
you
all
places.
do it though, which is
Yeah.
crazy because
100%.
that's why I think comedy is so important. Like, you can't replicate that. You know, the only way to go and tell a joke and see if it's gonna work is to go tell a joke and see if it's gonna work.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know?
Especially
it's
the
like
people you don't know.
But that's the thing.
Because your
You
friends
don't
might
even do it in
laugh
your
just because
hometown.
it's you. Like
Right,
you could say
exactly.
something, I just think you're funny, so I'm going to laugh at
Yeah,
you.
or they're not here to see you. Like Kevin Hart will go to the Comedy Store, but like nobody that's there knew Kevin Hart was coming on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're all like unbiased. And
Right.
they're not there for him.
Right.
It's the most like relative thing in
Yeah,
the world
but the
too.
thing
Like,
is,
anything
everyone
can be funny.
knows him.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you know
And
when
they're
you're
gonna go wild.
You know,
when
when
you're
you
in a
get- you know what
place
type of
and all of a
delivery he
sudden
does.
Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart walks in, it's like, oh, we're in for a treat.
Well, I saw somebody say the other day, Dave Chappelle don't take no time off. He's doing a show in the Midwest right now, probably in a bar that we have no idea
Oh,
about.
stand up wise.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, he'll
They're
just walk
doing
in,
it.
hijack the mic,
Yeah.
and you'll be there
And
for
that's
the
it.
next 6
And you might hear
hours.
about it, or you might not. And that's it. And I think there's beauty in that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Pat extremely angry right now. Yeah. This question was made tailored to him, but everybody's gonna. All right, ready? Our guys with Mob podcast ratting. Good.
On what do you mean on the?
So guys that have mob podcasts that are former gangsters, some of them maybe didn't get jammed up, and they have a mob podcast talking about how they were big bad gangster. on
Pat's
their
gonna
raps.
co-sign this. There's only one that's not. Everybody else is all fucking basically rats.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think everybody else is rats.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like on paper,
besides
is a rat.
besides
Skinny.
Besides Skinny, Skinny's the only one, and he's a friend, and it's just, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
being unbiased. He's the only one that'll go on, and he won't say or do anything to like implicate anybody
Nope.
else. He's the best at it. He
Yeah.
really is the best at it, bro. But everybody else, for the most part, like Sammy the Bull, like any of these people
That's what I'm
go
saying.
on and
These
talk.
guys are rats on paper. So
yeah,
it's you know what I'm saying. It's not like, oh, he's got a podcast. That's a rat move. No, these guys are rats.
There's some neighborhood guys though I feel like that do have a podcast centered around the mob, and
I
that
don't
could be
really
a Joe
know any.
Schmo.
I don't really know anybody. And in all fairness, Skinny Joey's wasn't. He talks about the mob now because he goes back at people that are
Yes,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
him.
He has no choice. Yeah,
But his podcast started off a sport podcast.
Sports gambling.
They never mentioned anything about the mob. It was when these rats, real rats, Sammy, Michael Scars, and all these guys, it was when they started going at him or saying something about him, about his podcast. Then he started defending himself and the mob stories came up.
Yeah.
But his started off as a sports podcast and still is.
shout out to Skinny.
Yep.
Skinny's
Shout
a
out to
legend.
Skinny.
there
Go
you
get
go.
yourself a cheesesteak.
Oh, the best cheesesteaks in Philly.
Yep. I drove there. They were.
I'm glad you did.
You think they get away with it
I would've
mostly
pled the
because everyone's
fifth,
dead? Or
Good for you.
Or anyone that's important is
Yeah.
dead.
That one was shaky.
That's the
I
reason
kind
why you
of throw
think
a
they get
wrench
away
in
with
like
it?
every 5 questions.
I mean, you know, it really is about perspective, right?
I mean,
it's
it's not
who you
that-
ask and what the, you know what I mean? It just depends. You know, especially with Skinny, you know, he gets a lot of love and he gets a lot of hate from
Sure
all
does.
sides, both sides
yeah.
of the board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the price you pay for being in the public eye.
100%.
It's that
It's true,
simple.
but he brought up a good point. Like, he tells a story about a guy in the 80s that never got jammed up, that was just a street guy that kind of turned his life around, and then he's at home with his family, and you're on a fucking public platform telling a personal story about this guy,
Yeah.
and then he has to like turn around to his family like,
Right. That's what. So that's what me and him were talking one day, and I said that when I've been on other podcasts before, and I made it clear before that I'm not. Don't ask me these questions, this and that, because even though the guy is a legitimate guy now, owns businesses and everything, now the guy's got a wife, kids, family. I don't want to be there telling a story that. You know what I'm saying? About something that he don't want his kids to know, or you don't want somebody to know, even though it's not going to get nobody in trouble. I don't want to talk about what people did in their life, and
100%.
Yeah, no, I mean,
you get people jammed up.
Yeah, 100%.
For no reason. For some
Right.
clicks.
Right.
You tell everybody Deborah fucked the whole high school football team. No one knows that. You know what I'm saying?
I think people got to give you a lot of credit though, because a lot of people would just be clout chasing because you have these stories. It would be
Right.
very easy for you to just, make whatever you can off of it.
Yeah.
100%.
The fact that you're not doing
No,
it
I'm not-
is more admirable than the other way.
And I told you, a lot of these guys like Michael Scars and Sammy, I think that they have podcasts now because after they ratted, these guys were real deal street guys. After they ratted, they crawled into a hole thinking the whole world hates me. I'm despised. I can never look at anybody ever again. It's got to kill them. A couple of years later, all of a sudden you do a podcast and you do one, and all of a sudden you got all these comments. Oh, that was great. We love you. We love your story. And all of a sudden these guys start to feel a little loved again. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, there's people out there that still do love me. And now they go full in and they go on a podcast and they just tell everything, all the stories about everybody. And
That's a good point.
Just because they think they got a little love back from this
Yeah, but
online
what happened is
community.
the world got flipped upside down. Being a rat means nothing anymore. Every single person is now a rat. Every person is a fucking rat at the end of the day. And that's the world we live in. So now, if you're a real dude, you need to go into witness protection. The rats, they could walk the streets, live the life, famous, look at me, telling my story, because that life is gone. You know why? Nobody gets fucking clipped anymore.
Nope.
Everyone, it's just...
They can't. There's cameras on every corner.
Not
there's
only
fingerprint
cameras,
this.
these cameras literally have facial recognition to where you could pull up over there, get out of your car in Manhattan, and they could. That's him right there, just with the face. They don't
like
even have
that.
to do no work.
No,
That's
you're
what
going
it
to jail.
is.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
so
going to
No,
jail.
it's rough.
You know, we built a society of fucking rats. You know? That's what it is.
Yep.
I'm just going to try to
Get away with it.
shout out pizzerias and be the best guy I possibly can in this world. You know what I mean?
What is that? Dario's
Dario's
Pizza?
Pizzeria,
I thought it said Mondami's Pizza.
I wouldn't eat that pizza.
He's got me thinking about moving to Long Island.
He's got
Bro,
me
not
thinking
for
about
What if it was
I
free? No, I'm just kidding.
I thought he was fucking Italian at first. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh,
definitely
Mika,
not.
you know, fucking Mondami, yo, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You heard Johnny Salami? That's on a Mondami.
And then his face pops up, and you're like, wait a second.
What is he, Sicilian?
They got it. They got
Yo,
the game
listen.
unlocked.
Every
Now-
dog has its day, right?
Listen, Trump people should understand them the most. That's what I feel, right? Because think about how diehard fans everyone is for Trump. They got to understand that's going to be the same way for Mondami,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You
this-
can't. In fact, you almost say, you know what? He should get a second election. You know what I mean? He should win. You know, where Trump should win the third one, right? That's the
There's
correlation.
going to be
right
extremes
there.
on both sides, left and right.
of
regardless,
course.
you know?
But every one of his ideas got shot down immediately, 24 hours after he got voted
The
in.
guy ran a great campaign. When I hear free anything, I'm like, awesome.
He did run a good campaign.
No, everyone's freaking out, bro. It's like, to me, it's hilarious, right? I got people run up to me. You don't understand. You don't understand. He's gonna make us pray 3 times a day. Three. I'm like, you could use God in your life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You should be praying
You're
3
like a
times a
heathen.
day.
Like, you know what I mean? But here's the thing: there's senators, there's governors, there's courts. No one person, New York can literally run itself. You don't even need a mayor. It can literally run itself. So if you think one person is going to change New York, it's crazy to me. Like, one person's never going to make that change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's free. Like, obviously,
Nothing's
we all know
free.
nothing's gonna be
Nothing is free.
Next year's the big election.
He
the
could
governor.
push for it. He could try. He could maybe make some waves. But at the end of the day, it has to go here, and here first, which I
Which
mean,
it got
come
stopped
on.
instantly.
Right.
As soon as the free buses, 2 days later, no free buses. We're not doing the free buses. The rent, that got shut down. Everything he promised everybody got shut down immediately within 48 hours.
He
was
probably
shut down.
expected it, but now he's in office and he
No,
can
but
delegate the money where he wants
Well, I
it to
saw
go.
Trump
That's all.
Trump said Mandami wants to come to D.C. and talk, so we're going to let him talk and see what he has to say.
The kid's going to be a career politician, and he's going to be a good
Well, he ran
bro.
one of the greatest campaigns of our lifetime.
And AOC is right behind them, bro.
Yeah,
Well,
she's gonna be running for president.
I
soon.
couldn't. I
comment.
couldn't get past the rap.
That's going to
videos.
happen. You know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I
You
think
see the
people in
rap
New York
videos?
just get upset about the mindset change. Not the fact that we think he's going to literally do all this stuff, but the fact that so many people voted for this theory, way of thinking is like totally anti-New York. Everything about New York is about capitalism. Make as much money you can have. You work hard, you deserve this much money. His way of thinking is like almost like, oh, well, you know, John makes this amount, so he should give it to this person because he doesn't make it. It's just
let's
a way
not-
of thinking that scares
let's
everybody.
not talk like this was a fair election. I mean, I seen 20 videos of people bringing in the ballots in the bag.
Yeah.
One guy made a video that he went 7 times in 7 days to vote because they're not asking for ID, they're not asking for nothing. So
That's going to be that
you know
way
what
to
I'm
the end
saying?
of time
It could've
until
been
they
the
start
same-
doing identification again. I need to show my ID to
Right.
get into a bar or buy a bottle of beer.
Anything.
Yeah, yeah.
But to vote for the president or whatever, which is probably the biggest thing you could vote on in your life, they
No
don't care.
ID.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
saw
voted
somebody-
for both Italians in the same ballot.
Curtis Lee has been fucking Italian since the 90s, bro.
But I saw somebody say something that made a little bit of sense. They were like, you know what? I want Mandami to win. I'm like, well, why? They're like, because it's got to get worse before it gets better. So all these people that come here that don't realize like the socialism is not the way to go and they think it is, they need to see it fail before they're like, okay, let's move on to the, you know what I'm
here's
saying?
the thing about socialism that's funny, right? So, did anyone here go to a community college?
Yeah.
For like 6 months.
Kingsborough, right?
Right. Okay. So you went to a socialist college, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. It's freedom of education. Like that's
It's not free, though.
No.
Right. But are
It
you
literally
paying
should
what
be
you-
liberal arts.
Are
Yeah.
you going to
You know
pay
what
what
I'm
you
saying?
pay to go to like an Ivy
No,
League
but that's
school
our
or
own
private
problem.
school?
Is we've gassed these other colleges up to the point now that they think that it's okay to charge $75,000, and people still go there
crazy.
because they're
Yeah.
prestigious names. If people just stopped going to them and went to community colleges, they couldn't charge that much anymore. People do it because you don't want to go to CSI. You'd rather go to the University of Miami, out of state, where they're going to charge an in-state person $11,000 to go there, but because you're going from New York down, they want to charge you $74,000.
Yeah.
But now
And
is it
we just
poor
take a loan
people
out.
that are paying this or rich people?
I think
Is
everybody
it rich people that are paying the donations and building libraries and doing that?
No, you're right.
Because
Yeah, it's a
that's
tax
like a
write-off.
socialistic thing, just so you know.
don't
Right?
really-
The rich are rich, the poor are poor.
yeah.
Like even too the way they're trying to blame why we pay so much on poor people. No, it's the rich people that it's actually the fault. They're the ones that make the rules. They're the ones that profit from the rules. They're the ones that benefit from it, and they're all in the club. We're not.
Yeah. Well, they're just getting rid of the middle class. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Period.
so it's rich and poor. Guess
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
That's a socialist country, rich and
No,
poor.
you're
We're
100%
built
right.
on capitalism. Yes, totally agree. That's why nothing will ever be free because then it goes against the rich people wanting what they want and keep the world running the way they want it to.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I think everybody's ideology gets switched up and with terms. You know, like all context comes out, like content comes out of context. So it's like these terms, like, you know what I mean? It's even too when you think about it, right? Who do you respect more? Do you respect more the guy that was born wealthy, he got born with a silver spoon, everything was handed to him, he didn't have to work for nothing, he was just a millionaire at birth? Or do you respect the guy more that busted his ass, worked 20 hours a day, didn't sleep, blood, sweat, tears to make his million? Who do you respect more?
Yeah, the second guy.
Of course, because why? Because he's us. He's the little guy.
Yeah.
He came up.
He's the
We're
little guy
rooting
who
for
made
him.
it.
Okay, now let me fuck your head up. Anybody ever see The Lion King in here?
Yeah.
Okay. Who do we root for in The Lion King?
Simba.
Right? And who's his father?
Mufasa.
Mufasa, right? The king of the jungle. Royalty, right? We all hated Scar. I even cried when Mufasa got killed by Scar. The guy with the scar on his face, he talked a little funny. He was different, maybe a little weird, creepy, right? We all hated him. He was the villain. Guess what? We're Scar. We're the different ones. We're the ones that talk a little funny. We're the weird ones. And we villainized the guy that was just trying to come up because he was fucking hungry.
Yeah.
And who do we root for? Mufasa, the king, the born fucking royalty, the legend, right? That's who we root
Nah, you
for.
make a good
The
point.
world is fucking twisted. We get fucking baited into everything in life, and we get played with like we're fucking cats. So I don't believe left wing, right wing. It's the same fucking bird. Fuck both of them. Fuck all of them. How about that?
He said it. That's great. Clip that.
You
Clip that, Frankie.
You hit a button.
Hey, Frankie, clip that.
You hit a button.
And that's the end of the TED Talk.
Should run for fucking office, bro. Goddamn. I'm a big Segway guy, professional comedian, professional Segwayer. All right. What's the best memory of your father's growing up? Oofa. You like that one?
I'll jump on it because
go
All
ahead.
right. Yeah, there you go. The mighty morphin power.
my
dickhead.
father was like my baseball coach growing up, and craziest thing with my father was he would take me before practice, after games, hit me ground balls, 1,000 ground balls a day. Sun would be going down, I couldn't see. He'd be yelling at me, if you can field ground balls when it's dark out, you should be able to catch them when it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But my father was the kind of guy that was like, very hardworking. Like, you got to be better than the next person because they can't keep you off the field. But my father was always the person that, like, he would hit, like, the softest ground ball to everyone else's kid. And then he'd see me, like, coming up, and he'd be like, he could like, exert the fact that he was like a 40-something-year-old man. He would crack a ball in my face, and then obviously yell and scream. Italian old man, little guy, 5'5". But my father was great, hardworking guy. Worked 2-3 jobs to put us through schools and stuff like that.
Amen.
We went to private school because my zone school was crap. Was Lafayette. My father worked 2 jobs. I went to Severian. It was either that or St. Edmunds. So my father's a very hardworking guy. So like you said, like respecting the person that works their way up to become a millionaire. We're not millionaires, but my father is one of the hardest working people I've ever met.
Lafayette's the equivalent of Rikers Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's like
My
a
mother
Rikers
went to
Island
Lafayette.
that you could leave at the end of the day.
Let's go clockwise. No, I'll go last.
I mean, one of the biggest things I think of my father was always keep your mouth shut and your eyes and ears open at all times. Always know what you're doing. Try not to be the loudest person in the room, which I kind of fucked that one up, right? But yeah, he's like, you learn a lot by listening, and then you know how to move accordingly.
Very smart.
To and work ethic. Any Italian father that didn't teach you work ethic is he really Italian, right? They're always like, I walked 30 miles to go to school, but you didn't even go to school. Stop with the shit. Like, you kidding me? You worked on a fucking farm. Stop. But you get it. So I think that's what's good. They instill good work ethic. That's something you can't learn. You have to be instilled with it through the years. Yes,
Well said.
My father died when I was young, but he was just my hero. That was it. He taught me everything. He taught my sense of humor definitely came from him. He was always joking around. I mean, any event where there was a cake involved, somebody was getting hit with that cake. Whether it was Christmas, birthday, whatever it was. He was just a ball of energy and a great time.
that's awesome.
My father used to instill in me that 2 things. Number one, not everybody thinks the same. And he said, no matter the situation, as long as you know you did to be right and it didn't go the right way, at least you know you did what you were supposed to do. So those are like 2 things that he kind of instilled in me as a kid that I've trying to take in as I've gotten older.
I got a good one.
Well, it's going to be hard for you because your father's...
Yeah,
No,
listen,
yours-
Chris's
he might not-
father's here. So if Chris's father wants to come over here and slap him after what he says,
If you see his
it'll be
shoes
all right.
flying by the camera, you know what?
Well, please, I got PTSD with that.
Right.
Yeah,
He moved me out
disorder.
of Brooklyn at a young age. I didn't fit in out there. So I got into a fight in school. So I got arrested at school. Went down to the precinct in Englishtown, New Jersey. Now, my father, he never had a son, so he didn't know how to handle some shit like this. You have a son, he's fucking first time getting arrested, So when he walks in the station, because I was alone, he walks in, I think, like I told the cop, I was like, he was the only person that scared me. I was like, you do me a favor and fucking keep me in here a little longer, He just had those eyes, right? So I thought I was going to get AJ Soprano'd in the parking lot, right? We go out, and it's actually a fucking beautiful moment because, like, he picked the other route. He goes, I don't like the route you're going down. He goes, but if you end up in this situation again, here's my card. He hands me a card that says my card on it. And we never talked about the situation ever again. Yeah.
Chris's dad, can you confirm?
Yeah. It was a good moment because, you have a son. You don't know how to handle shit
Of course.
like that.
Yeah, well, we don't realize until we get older that it was our parents' first time doing life, too. I don't have a good relationship with my father now, but that's what I think about. I'm like, God damn.
Well,
I was fucking jail kid. He fucking got arrested when he was 19, didn't get out of feds till he was 30. He had no time to grow up. You know, then he had
your
a
pops
kid.
went to jail at 19,
Yeah,
came out 30?
before I was born. So he had me at 34. So my dad didn't really have a time to like grow as a person. So a lot of the beef that I have with him now, I try to like sit back and think, damn, bro, my dad didn't have those 11 years where you really grow the most. You know what I'm saying?
I was just gonna say that's the most. That's
He grew up in
time
prison.
right there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good
You
point.
don't know. What's the most accurate and best movie line you ever heard? Segue after segue after motherfucking segue.
If you ain't first, you last.
Am I here to fucking amuse you?
I want to hear what yours
Best
is.
movie line: "Say hello to my little friend."
I thought you were gonna go get off my stoop.
No, I'm surprised.
We didn't say what you say on your honeymoon. We said we your favorite movie.
Nah, mine's
Still
the-
use it till this day.
Oh, shit, we got
Mine's
two
the cliche
comedians.
one.
We got two comedians.
The saddest thing in life is wasted talent. It's
Oh,
gotta
great
be.
line. Great line.
You know, it's got to be.
I don't even.
Great. There was a lot of great lines in
And
that
that
movie.
movie, yeah,
A lot of great lines in that movie.
The working man's a sucker. I like that one a lot. You know. Shout out.
When I used to, I was probably still a teenager when I used to work at the glass shop and everything. My mother used to come by the door to wake me up, scream downstairs, and I was like, "Sonny was right. The working man's a sucker." I used to scream. She used to hear hysterical laughing up the steps, but every single morning I used to think that as soon as that alarm clock went off, Sonny was right.
So I wanted to ask you after the last time we did you use a lot of like lines from that movie just like in your normal everyday life
From a Bronx Tale?
Yeah, like you just like constantly like
In the beginning,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
Right? I would too.
like I can picture you saying that line like for any situation like you're at work and you're
That
just
line
like,
got used the most. That line got used the most. Anytime you got to wake up in the morning, you say like at work and something goes wrong, you're like, "Fucking Sonny was right. The working man's a sucker."
Was it you in the part of the movie that I can't do coffee cakes?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I would
Oh,
say
that's
that
right,
shit
you said
all
that
the
too.
time.
Legendary.
I would say that all the time. If a girl said something stupid to me, I'd be like, I can't do coffee cakes. How about I throw fucking shit in your face and then fucking crack you with a screen?
Somebody keeps commenting his movie lines, and they keep going, "Is that the kid from A Bronx Tale?"
I see. Listen to me. Social media. I don't know how he has time to sleep.
Me either.
Do anything.
Ask my girl.
This phone will buzz comments, whatever, and
All
you
day.
go to look. If there's 100 comments, if people left 100 comments,
there's 100 replies.
this motherfucker answered
do the same shit,
100
bro. I'm the same
people.
way.
Oh, I can't.
I do.
I'll
You
like the
gotta- I
comment.
answer everybody back.
I like the comment, but I can't sit there and just answer.
like when-
You'll answer sometimes once in a while,
you know
but he
shocked
answers
people are
every
when you
single
answer them
one.
back.
Oh yeah, but that
They're
you
shocked.
what'd you call me the other day
Shocked.
for?
Oh,
You said,
yeah,
yo,
yeah,
cuz you got. I said. He said. I saw you
tried to
answering
calm
some
him down.
comments. I said, damn, bro, it's been an hour. I haven't looked at my phone. Did he answer me back yet?
I go to the phone and I
He
look.
called me. I'm like, oh fuck. What did I start? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at you're looking at the comment. You're looking at him answering everybody, going at everybody, and I forgot what somebody said.
Nah, he said something. They ain't from Bay Ridge or they ain't from Benton. Or
Oh,
some
yo,
shit.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
am. I'm a Bay Original or some shit like that. I said, bro, I was born in 1994. I grew up in Bay Ridge, and then he said something.
Check the stats.
He said,
kid.
check the stats, and I got tight. I forgot what I said. I
Was
said,
it a
yeah, or
baseball
what? You're a
card out?
fucking idiot or some shit like
You
that.
know,
Like, it was whatever.
you said, yeah, I think
You're a fucking loser or some shit like
or
that.
fucking what he
Yeah,
said.
or what? You say check the stats before you talk. I'm like, or what? Like, you just get caught in those moments. I'm like, I'm gonna put my phone down before I start fucking saying some
Oh, I
shit.
get
I'm
angry
like,
all fucking day
See,
long.
I talk
If I see
so
you, I'm gonna
much
slap
shit. I use the opportunity before.
It's good for the algorithm.
You know what I mean? They'll be like, check the stats. You know what the stats on these nuts?
Yeah, he answers everybody. You answer everybody?
Everybody. And the people who talk shit, I go out even harder.
Yeah, of
the
course.
thing is, listen, they want to be seen, right? I mean, I went at it with a guy for 3 days straight, back and forth. I'm relentless. I will not give up. And people are like, why don't you just block him? I'm like, first of all, I'm not losing a follower. That's crazy. Right?
I'm not losing a follower. That's crazy.
I had this fucking bitch stalking me. Everyone's like, oh my God, this is dangerous. I'm like, why? You know? But it's like, who's going to lose a follower like that? But I don't know. Fucking,
Social media is crazy, bro.
Social media is funny. You
I'll
have
drive
to-
myself nuts
Listen,
if I hear
everyone
shit.
I fight with, they end up following me. Truth be told. It's like, oh, I feel like I'm fighting with my cousin. I'm like, yeah, me too. Jerk off.
That was
You
a
know
lot
what
of
I
the
mean?
South Brooklyn comments that we got. I got some people that were like, "Yo, I fuck with it. I'm gonna follow you." After like we would have a regular conversation.
They follow the page.
I'd be like, "Bro, this is my stance on it." Oh, yo, you know what? You're right. Yeah, well, this is mine. Oh, well, we can just come together and talk about it.
It's dope
You know what I'm
because
saying?
the older generation, like when we first started, it was more the younger demographic, you know, people that are around me and John's age.
The older generation is the ones
Now
that
they're
think.
kicking up.
Yeah.
because we had people coming on talking about
Facebook,
legacy.
they
like-
took crazy shit.
Oh yeah.
I don't even have
wild.
Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't have Facebook. I have TikTok, but I don't have Facebook. And I just started posting on TikTok, whatever he was telling me to post. So, but TikTok and Facebook are wild. Like,
Oh,
TikTok,
yeah.
like,
It's
there's so many
fucking
troll
crazy.
accounts.
Well, that's the thing.
People just
TikTok's
say
That's
a lot
another
of
thing.
troll accounts.
Yeah, so many.
That's another thing. You look at these bad comments or these jerk off comments that people are saying, and you click to look at their page.
No posts.
Yeah.
No,
Zero
yeah.
posts,
Yeah.
zero
Yeah, they're fucking
followers.
cowards, you
Yeah,
know what I
it's
mean?
just some asshole just trying to rile you up. That's why I'm like, I'm not even answering.
I like when people are like, yo, I'll come find you. I'm like, jerk off. I literally post where I'm going to be every day.
Every day.
I'm on stage. Come see me. But you have to buy your ticket first. You know what I'm saying? By the time
man.
you get up to the stage, I mean, you know.
If you want your car looking brand new without leaving your driveway, Brilliance Mobile Wash is the team to call. From basic washes to full detailing, they pull up, lock in, and leave your ride shining like it's fresh off the lot. Contact 917-353-3232. Instagram at Brilliance Mobile Wash LLC. Top tier service, quick turnaround, real results. Book your wash today and thank us later. Mention the Voices of Brooklyn podcast and get 10% off.
They didn't get fucked up
There's a good
anyways,
question
yeah.
in here related to this. Can you respect the guy in a beef who says, do you know who my father or uncle is, instead of handling the problem himself?
How do you respect that?
No.
Because it happens out here a lot, I notice. I used to bounce out here at a lot of
Staten Island.
at a lot of these bars, and they'd be like, you know, my father's like, yeah, he's a sanitation worker. Who the fuck is your father?
Yeah, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
And it's like, I'm here. Like, I'm in front of you. Why are you bringing up your fucking father and uncle? And also, what is your father and uncle going to do to me? He's going to do nothing.
Yeah, but those are also kids who are born in Staten Island, but their parents are probably from Brooklyn, and they hate that. They hate that they were born in Staten Island and they're not from Brooklyn, so they try to tie themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got identity crisis.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
like we think we're from Brooklyn, but we act like we're from Jersey. You know what I mean? Like that's
great
really
point.
what it is.
What was your favorite place to perform at?
I mean, besides, I love Governors on Long Island.
Yeah, last time I saw
that's
it,
my home
that
club.
was-
I love
that's
that
where you were
place.
going last time.
It's the crowds are great. You know, I like performing in the city. Florida's off the hook to perform at. I mean, it's
Like
great.
the perfect demographic, right?
Yeah, it's like the sixth borough down
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
you know, anywhere you could just go and people get it's comedy, right? You don't have to explain yourself. It's just they're laughing. You're making fun of yourself.
Yeah,
you're making
yeah.
fun of them. You know, it's just a good time. That's what comedy's all
It's not
about.
too serious.
Right? You know?
That's what Eddie Murphy, I don't think he said it in the Netflix documentary, but he did say it in an interview when they asked him, why don't you do stand-up anymore? And he said, did you see my stand-up? Yeah, right. You think I could do stand-up now? Imagine Delirious or Raw trying to do that now.
He would do good because the thing is, it goes with your audience, right? His audience is going to be a demographic of 40 to 60-year-old people. They'll appreciate it. And you know, you don't even know how many times on stage. I mean, I go in sometimes. And people like this, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for not being afraid and really, you know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, what people don't understand about comedy. Everyone thinks like, oh, if you see something wrong, you get canceled. Ready? If everybody laughs, that means it was funny, right? If you say something and no one laughs, it's going to be taken as you're racist, you're offensive, you're this, you're that. If everyone laughs, then it's okay. So you could actually say anything you want as long as it's funny.
Yeah.
That's
I
really
just think
the
it would be pretty hard for him to get away with a
that was
Delirious
like-
or Raw
I
now.
don't think
What
so.
Dave Chappelle said. Dave Chappelle, you can't cancel me. I don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Right. Look at Matt Rife. He made like an off-color joke about rape or something like that, which wasn't even bad. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't really even a terrible line. I mean, it wasn't the best comedy, but it just wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody went off. They're gonna first of all, you're never canceling Matt Rife. That's
no way.
impossible,
Yeah, no.
bro. The thing that made me love him even more, and I gained so much more respect, the way he answered back. He wrote, click this link for the apology. And it was just helmets that you could buy. It was just fucking genius to me. You know what I
He
mean?
just leans into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
100%.
watch his shows, he goes in.
He's good,
but
bro.
he knows how to say it perfectly to where you. I mean, there's people at his show that are in wheelchairs, one leg, one arm, and he'll make fun of that person right there in the wheelchair, making fun of them, but he's got even the person laughing at his
Well, they
joke.
kind of go there for that. That's what I
Yeah,
love about
he
Matt
knows
Ryan,
how to
is
do it
He's very
perfectly.
interactive with their crowd.
Yeah.
So a lot of people buy tickets because they hope that they're going to see him. They get those seats up front because they know that he's going to see you for a little bit, and maybe you're lucky enough where he kind of like picks on you.
Yeah, they want to
Because
feel normal.
That's the kind of thing.
That's the thing.
That's really what it is.
They want
They
to
want to feel normal. You know, we were doing a roast show a couple years ago, and I had a girl that hit me up and was like, "Hey, can you roast me?"
Oh, you do actual roast shows where that's the show?
Yeah,
You
it
roast
shows like, you know, and she
Oh,
asked,
shit.
"Can you roast me?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." She was, oh man, what is she? She had Parkinson's, right? So I mean, who am I to say no? Right? So of course I'm gonna do it. So I was like, "Yo, if you're not satisfied with your girl, maybe she don't give you a good hand job. You need to date a girl with Parkinson." I mean, it's on another level, the hand job. It just doesn't stop. It keeps going. You know what I mean? And she was like so happy. But now some other woman stood up and goes, "You can't say that." I'm like, "Why the fuck not?" And she goes, "Because you're making them feel uncomfortable." I'm like, no. You're doing that right now by putting them in a box, taking them out of the group, isolating them, and say, we're not allowed to make fun of them because they have a disability. When they're probably the most funny people alive that make fun of their own disability all the time, because that's the only way you can get through this struggle of life is by making jokes and laughing at it, and it makes the strain a lot easier. So do me a favor, shut the fuck up and sit down. And then I just started ripping this lady for like 10 minutes.
No, but you're right, bro. You're right. They want to feel normal.
They do.
You
They
hit it
want
right
to
on the
feel
head.
normal. It makes them feel like a regular person. They're not looking as a charity case. They're being looked at as one of us. And it's actually the biggest compliment I think you could give them. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be like, "You're blind," and kick them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was at a comedy show. The dude was like, "I'm blind." I'm like, "No, you're not. How many fingers am I holding up?" Right? And his wife whispered. He started laughing. I'm like, "High five." And I walked away, and he's like this. You know what I mean? But then I came back. He thought that was fucking hilarious. He's like, "Man, I can't believe you walked away
all
from me
that
like
matters.
that."
That's all
You
that
know,
matters.
but it was, it was the love of it that he felt special that night. He was the center of attention. He got to laugh at the jokes. He thought it was funny. He started it because I didn't even know he was blind. I was like, "I didn't see that coming." He's like, "Me either." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Oh shit, we're going in right now."
No, that's great.
Yeah, it was
and it's
great.
the intent too, the way you tell the joke.
that's
It's
it.
you know what I'm saying? Like people could tell when you're saying it and being funny about it, or people could tell when wait a second, he's trying to abuse me right now.
100%.
Like
you know what I'm
Rob
saying?
Schneider, he goes fucking hard body. I seen him recently, bro. He goes hard in the paint.
Does he?
Yeah, it was.
They tried canceling him for a long time, so he's just.
It's hard. Listen,
Adam
it's hard to
Sandler's best
get.
friend.
Yeah,
He don't
He's
know
good.
what-
He's good.
It was refreshing to hear, like, all the
Right.
shit that he was saying. I didn't even know that was allowed. I was sitting there like, God damn, he's going hard right now.
Right, but
Like,
see, the thing is, people laughed at it. The people think it's funny. There's an audience for it, so they can't shut it down.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
the
It's
world
hard
is
to
so
cancel a
fucking
comedian.
sick right now. It's the easiest time to make fun of everybody. Laugh at it. Yeah, you guys are fucking nuts. Like, let's.
You
Oh,
got
yeah,
you
you
got to
gotta-
laugh at it.
That's why I make fun of the Mandami thing. To me, it's not. Listen, I get where people are coming from, but at the end of the day, it's kind of ridiculous what you're complaining about, too.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to change our language to Islam. It's a religion, not even a language. It's just the stupidity. It's ignorance. It's just people. All we do, we're on repeat. Everyone sees a clip or a little clip on Instagram or TikTok, and then they go repeat it. Like, I got Google too. We all Google the same questions and answers. Like, you don't know more than I do. We don't. You know what I'm saying? Unless your algorithm is different than mine. You know what I mean? If I'm a Republican and you're a Democrat, everything's going to be leaning towards a Democratic answer, when mine's going to be leaning towards a Republican answer.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know, it's just ridiculous to me.
Yeah, you gotta be able to make fun and joke around.
Yeah, I love
I think
it.
people just are worried nowadays. Like people get so caught up in like the idea that like, everyone's got to like them. You can't get any bad reviews.
Well,
no one
yeah,
wants to.
yeah.
So people are just afraid to say something that's on their mind that might be a little bit off center. You're not going to get everyone to like you. Like you said, you could say something that 99 people laugh at. You have that one person stand up and say that's offensive. It's offensive to you, not to 99.
Not to everybody else.
It's just.
you're killing it tonight.
My boy. And he got the fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers hat on.
You couldn't cancel anybody back in the day because there was no way to like cancel them. Like like Eddie Murphy and all these guys could say whatever they want, and the people that didn't like it, you didn't hear it because there was no social media. Like, what are they gonna do? Call and complain? Like, but now everybody could just one or two people start saying shit, and then everybody runs with it, and before you know it, oh, he's canceled.
Yeah, the internet ruined the fucking country.
Now, a word from our sponsor. This ain't just fashion, this is a statement. At War streetwear for those who don't back down. Built from struggle, designed for impact. From the pavement to the front line, you're not just wearing clothes, you're wearing purpose. We're all at war with something. Did you guys have a friend who tried starting a bar fight every single time you went out growing up?
Yeah, Brooklyn friends.
Was it Patrick?
No, but we used to do that when friends didn't want to leave. Like if we were at a place and it was 2:30, 3 in the morning, and the place was shit, whatever it was, and you got a group of friends, a couple of guys don't want to leave. No, let's stay for a little while. The guys that didn't want to stay would be like, all right. Bang, and they just hit the closest guy, a riot would break out, now we're outside and everybody's going home.
Gotta go.
No, the worst was there was always the one friend that talked the most shit and started it and never fought. It would walk away, somehow weasel his way out of the fight, and everybody be fighting, and this motherfucker just sitting back. I hate that.
Everybody's
a lot of those in the crew.
Worst.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Worst.
What?
Why are you looking
at me?
Everybody has that one friend.
Oh, yeah.
No. What's the beef with calling Southern Brooklyn South Brooklyn?
Oh, that's where you were going. That's why you were looking at me.
That's why you looked at him.
No, I do want to address that. I do.
right.
I would love to address
got the
that
stage.
because my family is from the historical South Brooklyn, so I get it. My family grew up on President Street. I understand it, right? And this was a conversation that I was having with Lil Mo when I was talking to him, and I was joking around with him, yo, Mo, South Brooklyn, yada, yada. And he said it perfectly. He said that back in the day, a long time ago, Williamsburg was North Brooklyn, and whatever was south of that was South Brooklyn because our Brooklyn didn't exist yet. That's technically on Long Island. We're not a part of Long Island,
There we go.
but we're on Long Island. So the Bensonhurst, the Bay Ridge, the Sunset Park, all this whole little area, it didn't exist. It wasn't a part of Brooklyn. When it did become a part of Brooklyn, okay, in my opinion, we don't have the community aspect that we should, right? We're talking about it all the time. Growing up, all the avenues would beef with each other. But in South Brooklyn, they stuck together. They didn't beef with each other. So when the old timers hear South Brooklyn, to them, that's what that means. But to us, as we've gotten older, the Bensonhurst, the Bay Ridge, the Gravesend, I don't want, and not that I'm the fucking ringleader here, but like, there's no need for all of these neighborhoods to keep on beefing. Let's bring it together. And the best way that I know how to do that is to reference where I'm from as South Brooklyn. So it was never like a disrespectful thing. My family is from President Street. The Skifitties and the Patrols grew up in Coward Gardens and Red Hook. That's where they grew up, and then they moved to 13th Avenue. So I've had a lot of conversations in the comments and the DMs with a bunch of people. They're like, yo, you know, the historic South Brooklyn is different than Southern Brooklyn. I'm like, yes, I understand that, but let's just bring it together because it's a little bit different. Like you growing up in Queens, you know that Williamsburg, Ridgewood side, it's a little bit of a different Brooklyn than it is when you get over here. That's not to say it's a bad thing. Right. It's just different. So I just want to separate the two. I always said, for some reason, when people, for the most part, think of Brooklyn, they think of Bed-Stuy, Biggie, Jay-Z. That's fine. But very rarely, in my opinion, did anybody really think of the southern part of Brooklyn in pop culture unless it was the Mafia or unless it was Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
Right?
You're right.
So I'm just trying to shed a little bit of light on this area that doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't get enough light shined on it. We got the best food, in my opinion, in New York. We got some of the best people, the best clusterfuck of ethnicities. It's just the best place, in my opinion, and the only way that I would be able to put that together is by calling it South Brooklyn. If you look at this and you see South Brooklyn versus everybody and you are from the historic South Brooklyn, well, then that's what this means to you. But if you are from where we're from and you see it, then that's what that means to you. Right. It's all about perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get that
from
off.
South Brooklyn, when they seen the name of the thing, everybody, that's not South Brooklyn. That's down here, and that's how we grew up. If you weren't getting off the highway at Hamilton Avenue, you weren't in South Brooklyn.
Yeah. No, listen, I get it.
Red Hook is considered South
Red Hook
Brooklyn,
is
no?
considered South Brooklyn.
No, because like that's the thing. I remember growing up, they would be like, "Yo, where's your family from?" My family is from South Brooklyn. They're like, "We're in South Brooklyn." I'm like, "Nah, bro. Coward Gardens and Red Hook was the original South Brooklyn because again, we didn't exist when that was coined yet. And if we did, it wasn't like built up. Remember what Coney Island looked like in the 70s and 80s, or even Bensonhurst? It was like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't what it is now." And the only way that I know how to bring people together, number one, is by clothes. That's what I do by trade. But there, in my opinion, I'm not going to say Southern Brooklyn versus everybody. That shit don't make no sense. Coney Island Hospital literally says South Brooklyn's hospital.
Does it?
Yes, if all the way up top. If you look if you're on the belt and you look all the way at the top, it says South Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that serious. But I get it because the one dude that said something to me, he said, bro, listen, like, I bought the hoodie. I love it. I understand where you're coming from, but I just wanted to tell you where we're coming from. When we were growing up, South Brooklyn stayed like this. When all the other neighborhoods beef with each other, President Street, Carroll Street, all these, they didn't beef with each other. We kept it together. So when we see South Brooklyn versus everybody, it brings us back to a time where everybody was like this. And we just want to make sure that you understand where we're coming from. I'm like, bro. And once I tell them my family grew up there, they're like, all right, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
It was dope when we were at the stroll. You know, John had his pop up there.
Yeah.
And, bro, like 80 people, no joke, running around with that shirt on. That was the most sense of community I've ever felt in my
That's what I'm saying.
life.
And nobody will come up to me and be like, you know, this is not South Brooklyn, right? You know what they would say? They'd be like, I'm from the original South Brooklyn. And yeah, you are, 100%. But we're in 2025, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was born in 1994. I wasn't born in the 60s. My dad was born in 60. My mother was born in 59. Like, that's where they grew up. My mother's a Bensonhurst girl. My father is from President Street, bro. I have a movie script that I'm writing that's called President Street based on my father's life. This is where they're from. Yeah. So I feel like I could say that if I want. You know what I'm saying? I grew up going to DeFonte's and getting the fucking shrimp on Fridays or whatever the day is that they only had it. You know what I'm saying? My father would take me to get potatoes and eggs. That was the first sandwich I ever eaten. That shit is in Red Hook, South Brooklyn.
Was Queens like that? Was Queens where you're from always beefing with each other, or was more tight?
I mean, all the neighborhoods. Brooklyn's a little more... like specific, because like I was saying earlier, you could be from 13th and you're fighting with the kids on 14th, which is one block away to Brooklyn. That's another. I don't ever go down that way. Yeah. I'm like, it's your corner. Like, what do you mean? You're like, nah, this is my corner. But Queens is more like, you know, I'm from Middle Village, so back in the day, we used to fight with the Ridgewood kids. We used to fight with Maspeth kids, Howard Beach kids. But then as we got older, we started going to vacations, Miami, Vegas, Cancun. And now it's like, oh, shit, everyone's, we got to stick together. Where you from, Brooklyn? Oh! Where you from? Oh! Like, everyone's best friends now. Where you from, Michigan? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you this, right? Because my favorite pizzeria is in Queens. But I just want to know, I know you have it on the list. We talk about our favorite food spots. It's always been in Brooklyn, but you're from Queens. What are your top 5 pizzerias in Queens?
So, definitely. So, for a regular...
for a regular slice. Yeah, like a slice
regular
shop.
Slice, it's... All Day Carlos Pizzeria on Metropolitan Avenue. Okay. One of the best slices. Maspeth Pizza used to have banging slices regular, but they switched on ownership. You know what I mean? A lot of places kind of that were good, I don't feel like are because they sold. The only place that didn't, like for Sicilians, Roses, which is the, I guess, the L&B counterpart from Brooklyn to Queens. You know, other than that,
you didn't say mine, bro. You didn't say you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say the greatest regular slice in the history of New York City, America. I went to Italy last summer. I have never in my life had a better regular slice than New Park Pizza in my fucking life. And you can tell I've eaten a lot of
because they've been as consistent, and you know it's the same owners, very consistent.
Cash only. They still got the fucking old register in there. You know what I'm saying?
During the pandemic, we're out there eating slices like a maniac because we're doing all the work in Howard Beach.
Listen, all the Brooklyn kids, they'll get off the plane at JFK and go to Rolling Roaster, bro. I'm going to get a pie from New Park, man.
Rolling Roaster.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get a pie.
You made a video about Rolling Roaster and
Brennan and Carr today. Yeah, if you guys want to give your opinion on that.
You ever go to Zeke's?
No, but someone commented that on the thing. Someone said rest in peace, Zeke's.
Right by the Dust Bowl.
It was.
I don't know. I never had it.
Wait. The
65th Street.
You're talking
there was
about
one 65th.
Yeah, I know
there was two.
There's one place I know right across the street from the Dust Bowl.
And what about
Zeke's? I forgot the name.
What about John's Deli around the corner
that's the
from
honorable mention.
L&B?
Well, so if you had to pick one being a Bensonhurst kid, what are you picking? John's Deli, Brennan and Carr, or Rolling Roaster?
John's Deli.
I don't feel like it's a fair comparison between Brennan and Carr and Rolling Roaster.
Okay.
I think like Brendan Carr and John's Deli is a more comparable thing because it's a hotter
gourmet.
sandwich. It's for me, Rolling Roaster was a late night. It's the best food you're gonna get at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Not so fast food, basically.
Exactly, like a step above fast food. You sat down.
Not so
amazing.
fast.
So I don't really I never really thought of the two of them as a battle with each other. I was a John's Deli person. I grew up on 84th and 24th. John's Deli was on Stillwell right there.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Brendan Carr all that often. To me, Brendan Carr was like a treat. Like my father took me and my brothers to Brendan Carr.
Yeah.
You sat down there, you ate there. It was like we went out for dinner. So I think to compare the two
It's
is a
tough.
little. Yeah,
I get it. It's just a neighborhood thing, and they both have roast
absolutely,
beef.
yeah.
I got a Queens question for you, not to take over here, but I want to know what is better, Christina's or Cherry Valley?
I mean, I would probably go with Cherry Valley just because I always went there.
Yeah.
And I knew the guys
Just
and
the
stuff
fact
like
that
that.
they're across corners from each other is crazy. to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I go to Christina's. I'm not gonna lie to you. We used to go to Cherry Valley in high school.
Yeah.
We would take that ride, smoke a joint in the car, drive all an hour for the sandwich. Now when we do that, we go to
Yeah,
Christina's.
my boy Al used to work there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
the Al's, everybody's an Al.
Do you before you perform, before you go somewhere to perform it? Do you like watch like your favorite comedian? Like you watch the shows and get you like going and
you like a hype up.
Nah,
Yeah,
I
like to
slap
hype
myself
you
and
up.
then jerk off. And then
Whatever gets you in the zone, my
Right,
man.
whatever gets you in the zone.
Nah, really, what I do before a show is I just hang out at the bar, talk to the bartenders, like the people that work in the club, and I just crack jokes and make them laugh.
when you walk in and you look at the crowd, do you say, all right, I'm gonna leave these jokes alone. This crowd is gonna react better to these and this and that, depending on where you are?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, but I learned sometimes that works, and then sometimes it doesn't, right? I did a show in Florida, all old people. I'm like, oh, man, I can't.
Right,
I
that's
gotta,
what I'm saying.
You know, I got to be clean. I did it. It did okay. I mean, you know, I never really bomb, you know what I mean? But it wasn't what I normally do. Now, the girl who came up after me, she's like, blowjob, suck a dick, take it in the ass. These people were losing their minds. I'm like, what the
What,
fuck?
laughing, losing their mind, or mad?
Laughing, losing
Yeah.
their minds. So you're just like, damn, what?
Right, I should've did
It's
it.
not good to judge the audience because it's you're not looking. I'm not a catering company. I'm not catering to them. Like this is just me being me. It's either take it or leave it. You know, like I think even Dave Chappelle said something. Or one of the comedians said something like, you know, if I'm more like if I get like 3 or 4 people to laugh, I'm cool with that. But now if everyone's laughing except one person, I'm like, nah, fuck this. You know what I mean? Like I can't handle that.
Yeah.
Like what's your fucking problem? You know? But I'll just keep hitting them till they laugh. I'm not gonna ask them, hey, what's your problem? Because they're always gonna turn around and be like, say something funny. You know what I mean? Like some jerk off shit.
Ready to turn your night all the way up? Whether it's your birthday, bachelor party, or just because, J&A Party Bus Entertainment brings the club to the curb. LED lights, booming sound, and vibes that don't quit. Why wait to party when the party's in the ride? Book now and ride like an MVP.
You know
How
what I
long
mean?
did it take for you to get comfortable on stage, or were you comfortable right away?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I was pretty comfortable.
Because I feel like there's probably a lot of kids out there, especially in the social media age, that are funny, but maybe they're a little intimidated to get on stage. They don't
Like
know
me.
how long it's gonna. They
was
don't know how
fucking
long it's gonna
shitting
take for them
myself
to
2 days
like
before
get
that
into
thing.
the groove of it. But you were
was.
right. You were good right away.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at first, you know, I used to feel like you know, I thought I was getting anxiety. Like I was nervous before I got on stage. And then I was talking to, you know, 2 comedians good friends with. This guy, Maj Jabrani and Taran Vangazri. They're Persian comedians. I'm actually playing with them Saturday at Town Hall Theater in the city. They're very big. They travel the world. Actually, the guy Taran's like my mentor. Like very good dudes, right? So they asked me one day, like, all right, so before you get on stage, you nervous? I say, yeah, I get anxiety. And they're like, well, okay. When you get on stage, what do you feel? I'm like, oh, I feel fine. Everything goes away. My mind's clear. I just start going. He goes, all right, so you don't have anxiety. You're not afraid to get on stage. You have, what's the word he used? Not anxiety. What?
You're a pussy?
No. I mean, they did tell me that. I can't believe I forgot this word. I just had it in my head. Anxious, right? You're anxious. The thing is, you're in your head. You want to get out of your head, so you get up there, and that's when that happens. Because everybody gets in their head before they go on stage. Yeah. That's why now, like you see people, they're in their notes, writing, comedian, and I'm like, dude, you didn't know what you were gonna say before you got here. You know, like my thing is the last thing in the world I want to be is in my head. I want to be out of my mind. So that's why I'll talk to people, crack joke, have fun, like you know, like hanging out. Like that's how I am on stage. So it's like, why not warm up and be like that before I go on stage? And then I'm just normal now. Like so now it's like I don't.
Do you write anything, or you just go up there? And
No, I write everything.
You write everything.
Yeah, everything I write.
What are some upcoming projects you got going on right now? Anything to announce?
I mean, I'll be in. I'll be at the Vogel Theater on Sunday. Saturday, I'm at Town Hall. Thursday and Friday, I'm at Governor's. Saturday I'm at Town Hall. Sunday I'm at Vogel Theater, and then I'm at St. Mark's Place.
You guys
Sunday
want to go to
night.
Governors?
You're a regular at the Governor's,
Yeah,
right?
I have a residency there.
So you're doing this full time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's amazing, bro.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
100%.
How often are you at Governor's? Every weekend?
I mean, yeah, if I'm in town, like they always call me up, yo, what are you doing this weekend? So I'm like, I could come Thursday, can't come Sunday, or whatever like that. And then December 1st to the 10th, I'll be in LA. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm at the Laugh Factory.
These people contact you, or you have a manager, or how do you get the?
I mean, they contact
bookings?
me. I have a lot of friends in the business, but usually people call me and ask me, "Hey, what are you doing? You want to be on
They
the show?"
personally call you.
Right? Like I'm going to LA. I got booked for a private event for December 6th. So I'm like, you know what? Might as well make a trip out of it. So I'm going on the 1st, and I'll play out LA. Now people found out I'm coming. They're like, hey, I'm gonna throw you on my show at the Laugh Factory, which Laugh Factory is top 3 comedy club in the world. You know what I mean? So it's like you're getting on that. Then I'm like, oh, you're gonna be in town. Everybody, you're the new fun thing. You know.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of books you up, and people understand in comedy, it's not just about being funny, right? It's called show business for a reason. Right. One of the main things is you have to be liked. If people don't like you, you're never getting on. It doesn't matter. If you don't network right, you're not likable. There's so many different steps to it, but comedy is just one of those steps. That's why a lot of comedians fail. They don't understand the business part of it.
Yeah.
Well, you're a fucking legend, bro. We really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I'm
Appreciate
looking
it.
forward to coming to one of your shows.
Hell
Seriously,
yeah.
we really appreciate this.
Yo, we
yeah.
gotta do something in Staten Island, bro.
Do you do anything in Staten Island? Have you performed?
It's a
There's
fucking
there's
dump
nothing
here. Why
out
would I?
It's actually an old dump. You're right. It's an old
People
dump.
like, yo, we have a dump, but guess what? We put some dirt here, now you can live here.
I love Staten Island. I'll be honest
Staten
with
Island's
you.
beautiful. It is.
I do. I love it here. Like,
I lived here for like a year in
once you
Tottenham.
get to know Staten Island and you know where you're going and you know everything, it's beautiful out here.
Yeah, it is. Nice.
Just shout out your socials for the audience. What do we?
Pork Chops Comedy on all platforms. If you like what I did here tonight, please follow me at Pork Chops Comedy. If you didn't, do me a favor and follow me at Pork Chops Comedy, so you know we're going to be next and you won't have to be there. Either way, you should follow me.
There you go. That's a wrap, fellas.
Bang.
Don't forget to subscribe, share the love, and keep the voice of Brooklyn alive. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and never forget where you came from.